Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Now, today we're going to discuss the Xbox Game Showcase that went down on Sunday, as well as the new ROG Xbox Ally hardware. Now, first, let's just talk about the showcase itself. For the past few years, Microsoft has been hitting it out of the park with their showcases. I don't know what happened this year, but for some reason this show was just very mid. Now, they didn't really show any big hitters, and at the end of the show they kind of gave us one, but we already knew that this game was coming out, and of course I'm talking about Black Ops 7, so it wasn't really a huge surprise. Now, my holy shit moment from the event was when they showed the Invincibles gameplay. Now, when I first saw that game, I thought it was going to be an action adventure game. I was a little bit disappointed that it is a fighter. Nonetheless, it looks fantastic, and a fighter set in the Invincible universe is going to go crazy, and I can see that they're staying true to the source material because the gameplay that we saw was very gory and detailed and bloody, and if you read the comics or if you've watched the anime, you know that it's an ultra violent show. So really excited for that. Now, they also showed us Ninja Gaiden 4, and we already knew this was coming because of course they showed this earlier in the year, so that wasn't really a big reveal. They showed us Super Meat Boy 3D, and I know this game has a classic following. It was a 2D game and now it's going to be 3D, so I know some guys are excited for that game, but still it's not a huge AAA reveal. And they also showed us Renaissance: A Plague Tale. It's the next chapter in the Plague Tale series, and they didn't really show us too much. What we did see, I know that it's going to be a good looking game because the other games were very good looking, but they are a AA type of title. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from the developers or the games, I'm just saying it how it is. So it's kind of, you know, not a huge reveal for the show. One of the biggest reveals for the show had to be the ROG Ally X. Now, before I get into all of that, I want to also talk about High on Life 2. Now, this one kind of annoyed me. I do not like when they show cinematic reveal trailers of games. In 2025, this has to stop. I want to see in-game engine footage. At the very minimum, I want to see what the game is going to look like when I'm playing it. Some of the gameplay stuff, maybe you can omit it for the simple reveal, but I want to see what the game looks. I don't want to see a cinematic trailer which will not showcase what the game is going to actually look like when it comes out. So although High on Life 2 I know is a pretty big title to be revealed, I'm a little bit disappointed on the way they presented that game. Now, let's get back to the ROG Ally X. Now, when this was being presented, a lot of people got excited until they saw that it was actually an Asus ROG Ally. Now, I've seen some people out there saying, oh, this is a huge win. We finally have an Xbox handheld device. And the way that Microsoft framed it, like you can actually play your games natively on this device. Now, I want to point out that you cannot play your games natively on this device. Now, the Play Anywhere initiative that they were kind of touting throughout the presentation is great. That's one thing I don't like about Sony. When I buy the games on the PlayStation, I have to pay for them again on PC, and insult to injury, I can't even take over my game saves. So my progression, I can't bring it over to PC, and I have to start from the beginning. Now, Play Anywhere, if you buy it on Xbox, if you buy it on PC, if you go to other platforms, you're able to play the game there, and of course you can carry over your progression. So I gotta say that is a fantastic thing. Now, at first I was a little bit confused because I'm saying, why is this different than Game Pass? Game Pass offers me being able to play these games on the PC and the console and carry over my progression. But these are games that are outside of Game Pass as well, third-party titles. So once again, I think this Play Anywhere is definitely a move in the right direction. I think it's consumer friendly, and to be honest with you guys, I hope that Sony follows suit. Now, as far as the ROG Ally X being a Xbox device, it is not. I saw some guys out there rejoicing, saying that they're able to play PlayStation games on an Xbox device like this is some type of win, like this is some type of get back to Xbox putting their games on PlayStation. This is not the same thing. Although the ROG Xbox Ally X has a dedicated Xbox button, it looks like it has the Xbox controllers on the side of it, it is still a handheld PC device that is made by Asus. It is not made by Xbox. And yes, they have improved the interface. That's one of the biggest improvements, is the UI that is going to be on these devices. You're going to boot right into a gaming storefront, or I should say a gaming operating system that strips back some of the unnecessary processing that you get with these handhelds. Now, Microsoft is really feeling the pressure from the Steam OS operating system, so I gotta commend them here for making this UI on these handhelds. I hope this filters over to the PC, like the desktop version, that we get a much better streamlined interface when playing our Xbox games, that we don't have to boot into our PC completely if we just want to play some games. But this, once again, is not an Xbox as much as Microsoft as Xbox would like you to believe. Now, it has fantastic specs. Now, one of them, the ROG Xbox Ally X, has 24 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte of storage, and the ROG Xbox Ally has 16 gigabytes of memory and 512 gigabytes of storage. Now, of course, they're priced differently. Now, both of them have a 16-core GPU, and both of them have an 8-core 16-thread CPU in it, so they're quite powerful. Let's just go into some of the specs here. Here we see, let me just blow this up here. So 16 GPU cores, AMD RDNA 3.5, 8 CPU cores, 16 threads, Zen 5. Now the Zen 5, this is substantially more powerful. This CPU is substantially more powerful than what's in the current generation consoles. Now you have 15 to 35 watt configurable TDP and 50 AI tops on the top model. So that's the ROG Xbox Ally X. You're going to get 50 AI tops. So it basically has an NPU on board. And of course, it's going to support Copilot and other stuff. So the hardware is pretty good. Both of them run at the same memory speed. So basically you're just getting more RAM and you're getting more memory on one of the devices. And of course, depending on your price point, you're going to choose the one that best fits your needs. So I am excited for this device. I don't think it's a bad device, but it's not doing anything different than what my ROG Ally can do currently, apart from the AI and of course the better performance. The ROG Ally that is out right now, you can play your Xbox games on it right now. Play Anywhere games that are enabled, you can also play them on your ROG Ally. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an update coming to those ROG Allies, or someone's going to have some type of fix where you can load the same UI interface into it. Now, I'm going to assume that this new Xbox interface is going to kind of roll out to all the handheld devices to give you a streamlined experience. So there's nothing new apart from the hardware that is in this ROG Ally that is not in the other ROG Allies. Now, I don't want to take away from the 1080p 120 Hz screen that has VRR. That is fantastic. I wish it was an OLED screen, but it is what it is. It's still a very good LCD screen. All the storefronts that you have on PC will be available on this device. And once again, the ROG Ally that is out right now, you can do that on that device. There are other handheld devices that you can also do the same thing. So this is not an Xbox. If you haven't been paying attention, Microsoft canceled their Xbox device last week, or at least put it on hold. So this is what we're getting. And once again, this is an Asus ROG Ally that is skinned with an Xbox UI interface and has the Xbox button included. So I don't want to rain on people's parade. It is a good reveal, but even at the presentation, people were disappointed once they realized that this is not a native device for your Xbox games. And I don't like the way that Microsoft kind of framed it, because they made it seem like you could play your native Xbox games on this device, and that is not the case. Your Xbox 360 titles, unless they're in Game Pass, you're not going to be able to play them on this device. So a little bit disingenuous on the presentation, and I'm thinking that some of the fans are a little bit naive, and once again thinking that this is a native Xbox device and it's some type of win because you're able to play Steam games on it, and of course PlayStation games are on Steam. I don't know, man. It's like they're trying to find a win where there is no win. Xbox put their games on all devices. It is what it is. It gives gamers less of a reason to own an Xbox. And when I see tweets out there from some of the content creators saying that this is a game changer, that it's going to move the needle and all the devices are gonna follow this model and it's gonna bring Xbox into a new horizon. That's just not the case. In my honest opinion, I think people are gonna get this device for sure, but it's not going to move the Xbox needle. It's not. On PC, if you use a controller, we're using an Xbox controller anyways. And most PC gamers, they don't really use the Microsoft storefront. So even though they might get this device, they're probably going to buy their games on Steam where they can get them discounted, or they can get CD codes for these games, or they're going to buy them at the Epic Store. They're going to get the free games from the Epic Store. Most gamers are not going to be using the Microsoft storefront. That's just the way it is now. Hopefully this can change in the future if Microsoft can streamline the whole experience. And I know that's what they're aiming to do here, but this device is not going to move the needle in my opinion. The performance is great. It's a fantastic handheld, but this is a handheld PC. Anyways, I don't know what you guys think about all this. What did you think about Microsoft's show yesterday? Once again, you know, Ninja Gaiden 4, we've seen it already. Indiana Jones, it's already out. Like, it's good that we're going to get some DLC for it. And the DLC, once again, it's going to be on all platforms. At the end of the show, they showed us Black Ops 7. We kind of knew this was coming anyways, so this wasn't a huge surprise. Now, they did talk about the 25-year anniversary of Xbox, and that next year we're going to be experiencing Fable, Gears of War, Halo, and Forza. Now, that is exciting, but they didn't show us anything. Once again, very disappointing. Show us these games. Give us something to look forward to. Yes, it's great that you told us that these games or these experiences are going to be coming out next year, but at a gaming show, we don't want to just hear about it. We want to see it in action. And for that, I just got to give the show a 6.5 out of 10. Now, I will say it kind of lines up with what I've been told, that the next Xbox is going to come out next year. Now, it would make sense that they skip this year because the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, and they would just go full ahead next generation. Now, I'm hearing that the next PlayStation 6 is going to come out in 2027, so it would make sense for Microsoft to release their console next year and try to get a head start in the next generation, and their 25-year anniversary would be the perfect place to launch a new system with these pillar Xbox games. Now, I'm disappointed once again because these games are going to be everywhere. We know all of these games are also going to make an appearance on the PlayStation. And like I've said previously, it gives gamers less of a reason to own an Xbox. But at the same time, I am excited for these games because I'll be playing them on my PC. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all the stories today about the Xbox handheld, the showcase. Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll have some more content coming up later this week. I am in the process of reviewing my Switch 2. Also, I'm benchmarking a 5090, a 5080, 5070 Ti, 9070 XT. I'm going to give you a suite of benchmarks on the latest graphics cards to help you choose the best card for your needs. To see all those videos, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.